All right. What I'm getting ready to talk about, you need to hear. This is not a game. I watched this my whole life. The reason I went online is because I was trying to decode this matrix because I knew something wasn't right. I knew it wasn't right in the churches, in the bloodline, in the culture, in the different kind of jobs I've had. I said, something ain't right. What is it? And so then I used online to reverse engineer what's going on around me, right? And what I found out with ex-wives, ex-girlfriends, friends, just in general, look, here's what's happening. So you got kindness and light and peace and truth, the Holy Spirit, and then you got these people here. They're just dark souls. You have a light soul, and these people have dark souls, so they have to vampire off of you to make it look like, to turn you into them and them into you. That's what they're trying to do. And the way they do it is they future fake you mainly. I'm with you. I'm with your program. I'm on your team. I'm supporting you. But the whole time they're trying to pull you in, just like the narcissist, and then they reverse engineer. Now a lot of them are in covens, so they never work alone. Remember, the weak ones never work alone. So it's either covens or family or somebody who's made some kind of secret thing to get in there. My second wife, she had an agenda with her ex-husband, trying to take stuff from me, trying to get me under like a financial burden. Blew my mind. And so I said, let me go online, see what's going on with these people. These people claim to be saved, claim to be believers, but they're not. Their heart is pure evil, selfish, worldly, earthly, temporal. They don't care about win. That's all about take and win, lose. They just take. But when they first come in, they're giving. But then they flip the script and try to use emotional games to get you to give everything, and they just vampire off of you. And so what you got to do, look at this candy bar out in the middle of Reese's stick. What you got to do is take your power back and realize who's on your team and who's not. And very few are on your team. Very few are building you up. Very few will be reciprocal. Very few will care really about you. They're just trying to play a little mind game to get you to give all your strength, energy, and power to them. Because think about it, a coven is a death cult. They have no power. So they're trying to vampire off of your power. And it don't have to be a formal coven. It could be just a coven of people that are targeting you. Well, that one there, if you marry that one, or if you date that one, you can siphon off of them. It's kind of like it's kind of like this. Their tank is empty, so they get beside you and hook a hose to it, and as you're driving, the fuel that you have in your car, they're putting it into their car because they don't have nothing. They're ignorant. They're dumb. They're selfish. They're nothing but the flesh. Party. See, they're materialists. They won't sacrifice for nobody or nothing. And because they want to party and live it up and live in the flesh, and they don't want to do anything, any sacrificial stuff, they're just vampiring off of you. It could be a brother, it could be a sister, it could be a mom, it could be your kids, it could be a coworker, it could be a neighbor. Notice they come in with a lot of talk, a lot of fluff. Listen to them roosters. They come in with a lot of talk. But over time, you realize not only do they not give back, they don't even have any dreams. They don't have any dreams. They don't have any visions. They don't have any goals. They don't have any, they really don't have the positive. The positive that they get is from you. Almost every woman I ever dated, they come in like they're just independent and happy and positive. But then after you get in, you realize they're negative and depressed and sad and drinking and drugging or something else that you didn't know about. And so you're like, how come you hid all that junk? How come you hid all that drama and that chaos and that emotional insanity? And then they try to project it onto you when they're the emotional basket cases. And then they try to steal your peace and turn you into a copy of them. And then they can blame you for their emotional junk when they were emotional basket cases from the get-go. And you know, because of looking at their past. And not only looking at their past, looking at their present. The crying, the complaining, the trying to demasculate. And I know they say it's emasculate, but the word emasculate don't even fit. D, it means off. E is spirit. So they try to demasculate. Masculate means masculine. So somebody tries to demasculate you, it don't matter who it is. It could actually be a friend who's a man who has no goals and visions and powers and is ignorant and stupid and didn't go to college, didn't work their way through nothing, didn't finish what they started. And you got the strength and the know-how and you persevere and you go through the pain and the trouble and the blood, sweat, and tears, and they won't lift a finger to do nothing. All they have is a little emotional support system. All they have is their little flying monkeys. Look at these flying monkeys. Look at them. And notice the moon. Notice the moon. All the coven witches, they always have some kind of emotional support system, but they're vampiring off of everybody else. Look at this. That's all their flying monkeys. Look. Look at the moon. The moon and the sun goddess. Look, I can see them a mile away. This is a witch that lives here. Look at this. See the little sun thing? 1515. Kind of like 1414 Mockingbird Lane. No, excuse me, 1313 Mockingbird Lane. And like I told you about red cars, look. I can see it a mile away now. Look. Red car. Red car. Long story short, I done decoded these people. And it doesn't matter if you believe me or not. I really don't give a flip. I can see you a mile away. You can't even see yourself. You can't even see yourself. You vampire and you tried to do it your whole life and you destroy your life. And then when you have destroyed your life, we had this week. Somebody left a rental situation and she was vampiring off of everybody. And then finally, the last one she was vampiring off of said, I ain't doing it anymore. You got to get out, because she lost her place to stay. She moved in with somebody else. And that person said, you got to go. I ain't putting up with this. And she said, well, I don't have nowhere to go. They don't take a dog. Well, if you're really worried about being homeless, let your dog go. If you can afford it, but they don't take a dog, let your dog go. It's all about emotional. Everything about them is, I got to have my emotions build up. I got to have some support. I got to have everybody feel sorry for me. And poor pitiful me. And look at me. Seriously. I could go on and on 1,000 examples. And so I decoded this matrix A long time ago, I knew it. I knew it. I just didn't want to believe it was so rampant. And you go online, and it's there too. You go into church, it's there too. You go in your bloodline, it's there too. The time you spend sitting in your house for that 4 hours crying every day, and poor pitiful me, you could do some DoorDash or ride share or walk around the block and get your exercise and lose some weight. I can't lose weight. Other people do it. Other people do it. I can't stop drinking. Other people do it. You want to drink? Okay. So you'd rather drink the beer than have a relationship with somebody who really cares about you. You're not willing to give up drink, but you're willing to give up relationship. Look at this. Don't tread on me. They identify with the snake. They've been deceived. You would rather drink yourself to death. Saw my dad do it. My dad would rather drink than have a relationship with his kids or stay married or even save his life. And he died at 50 because his throat was bleeding and the doctor told him to quit drinking or he'd be dead. So you'd rather drink that beer than have a healthy, productive, reciprocal relationship. Kiss my behind. Look at that. They'd rather be in there watching the internet instead of cleaning their car and cleaning their yard and all that, because they're lazy. Lazy is all get out. They'd rather spend all their money on Amazon or Walmart or stuff for some kind of emotional support system. They'd rather spend all their money and resources when they could have already got out of debt if they would have just been wise enough to see that they're playing some kind of fake reality game in their mind. They're creating a fake reality in their mind. And it's like, wake up. Just wake up. Why are you putting drinking or drugging before people? Because you don't want to look at yourself and say, I'm selfish. It's all about me. I think win-lose instead of win-win. You don't want to serve others, you want to be served. And then when those who have served you wake up to the fact that it's not reciprocal and they walk away, then you drink more and say, they're evil. No, they just want to be around people who are healthy and normal and talk about the truth and spiritual. And you see us rise up spiritually because we've done the work, rightly dividing the word of truth, meditating, cut the world's noise off. But you want to just get over there and party and dance. And as we're rising up, you're going down or stagnated, and we leave you behind because we want health. And we want truth, and we want real love. We don't want fake love. You're just a fake person. And so when you rise up and see what's going on, those people were never on your side. And you don't have to be depressed about it anymore. You don't have to live in the past. You don't have to say, oh, well, we could have had it. No, they were not even real to begin with. And they are not going to change. They've been that their whole life. And so you see the pattern. Like, look at this. Look how stupid that is. It's stupid. The stuff that you see going on around you, these people are selfish, stupid. Look, it wouldn't take long to fix that little fence there. I mean, that little railing there, but they actually had a party and kicked it out and tore it up, evidently. So you can go ahead and vampire and find somebody else to vampire off of. It ain't gonna be me. And I ain't even gonna think about you. Because you're a low vibration Jerry Springer brute beast, just like that dog. You're a low vibration Jerry Springer brute beast, selfish, not a reciprocal. You want it all your way. And look at this. If you honk at me, I will kill myself. Look at that. Look at that insanity. It's all about bringing attention to themselves and look at me and look at me and look at me and look at me. That's all they care about, is they want to be the center of everybody's world, and they want to put the outward show on and not be real. It's just sad. But I'm telling y'all, here's what's happening. You got people in your world who give 1% effort and you give 99% effort. And if you keep hanging out with them and they always crying and always a problem and poor pitiful me, and if you keep giving to them, they won't get up off their fat behind and go do anything. That lady that got kicked out, she said, can you jump my battery? I said, no, I can't do it. This is Mom. Because I knew she had the ability to use her AAA. I mean, come on. She's got steady income, but acting like she ain't got nothing. My point is, now she's moved in with her brother, and then she's gonna vampire off of him. He's gonna kick her out. She's gonna be right back where she was. These people are sick. And they probably have a lot more than you got, and they still want to vampire off of you. Seriously. And it never stops. And you can go over into this family dynamic, you'll see it. You can go over this family dynamic, you see it. You can go over this work dynamic, you see it. And they want to see if you're going to let them cross your boundaries. They're going to see if you'll let them abuse you. They'll see if how far they can push to get in. And I saw it when I was young. I had who was it? My wife's sister-in-law. She was a drug head. She didn't want to work. She was always lazy, and she hated authority, but she always would come over and want something from everybody else. But because she didn't want to do the inner work, she just wanted to just be around, be negative, and just vampire off of your energy. And you think, well, she's just by herself. She just has me, or the wife will say she just has us. No, she's got about 10 other people she's playing the same game on, and she's taking the money you give her, and she's taking it. And she's going to buy her alcohol, her cigarettes, and go party with her friends, and do their marijuana or whatever. And everybody says, oh, marijuana is great. No, it ain't. Any kind of drug is not great. So they want to steal, kill, and destroy you to build themselves up. And you've seen it. I saw it before even the internet. I saw it before the internet, and I separated myself from these people. But then they played a more complex game. Just like when you wake up to their game, they wake up to the fact that you see their game. So they play a little bit more complex. Just like the narcissist now. All the narcissists knows that you see them. So now they're playing some other games. Reverse psychology games on another level. The psychopaths, the Jezebels know that you see them. And they know that you're not there for them, a support system. But they want you to be a support system for them. And you know they're cheating and lying because they can't remember the conversation they had with their other side piece. So they get you two mixed up. And then when you call them out on it, I didn't say that. Yeah, you did. I wrote it down. Well, show me proof that I said it. I wrote it down. I don't need to show you proof. I proved it to myself. You're a liar. You're a cheater. You're a con artist. Everything you do is in the dark. Because you're a psychic vampire. You've never been born from above. You've never been spirit-filled. That's why everything out of your mouth is of the world, the flesh, and the pride of life. And you don't even know that we know. Because you think it's normal because all the drunk tards you hang out with, they talk like you talk. And the people we hang out with, we don't talk like you talk. Because we're talking life and peace. You're talking death and confusion and bitterness. And you want to pull somebody into your death cult to vampire off of. And then when they're all used up and bruised and beaten, then you want to pull somebody else in because you want to vampire off of everybody else. I do a lot of walking up these hills, and I found a new place where I'm walking after work. And so I'm doing the work. Ride share. Rental property. You think I like doing all that? But I sacrifice. 10 years straight, I sacrifice. So if I take a year off, it's my year off. I'm not going to give my year to you and let you vampire off of me. Give back. Get right. You know, I saw my first wife. She loved her dog more than she loved her husband. I've seen recently people love their cats and their dogs and their animals more than they love people that they claim to love. I love you. But you want to take and you don't want to give, and you put more energy into an animal than you do a human. You're upside down, you're convoluted, you're confused, you're a vampire, you're not even human. You're not even human. Because all you care about is self. You would never sacrifice for anybody. Time, energy, anything. Now the sad part is, because you're surrounded by it so much, you're surrounded by so many of them that you tend to be like them. They want to make you into a copy like them. But recognize it. If they need $1, give them $1. But don't go out of the way to hurt yourself for them. Say, look, I can help, I can help you set up AAA, and then when this happens again, I know you got money coming in every week because you get your own disability. So I can set you up with AAA, and when it happens again, you call AAA, and I can keep doing my thing. I can keep working. And AAA about be here in 15 minutes. So a lot of times they want these problems to draw you in to talk to you. Because when they just talk to you, the demonic spirit in them is looking for more open doors to see what you need from them. And so then the painted face system is okay, so they need some support too in this area. So they pretend to be that support, but they're really not that support. And then when you really need the support, they're not there. Seen it my whole life. Come see me. Come visit me. Okay, I'll drive down there. 20 minutes, I'll get there. When you coming to see me at my house? They never do. Come see me. I saw it growing up. Come visit. Well, I ain't seen you in a while. Well, you're like 4 hours away, and or you're 30 minutes away. I'm working. Well, come down here and see me. Well, you know where I live. If you really want to see me, all you do is when next time you're up here, drive by the house. They don't want to come see you because it's too much effort on them. They want you to come see them because it's your gas and your time and your energy. Little things like that. They never come to your house, but they want you to come to their house. It could be your mom. It could be your dad. All these people are vampiring off of you, and you didn't even see it. They're actually abusing you and using you and mocking you, and you think, oh, it could be your children. And it probably is. They got more health than you. It could be your parents. It could be your spouse. It could be your neighbor. Like when that lady wanted me to go out there and fix her AC unit. I'm working, I could fix it. And I'm thinking, okay, so they didn't run off the husband, the son-in-law. There's like 3 men that they could call, but those men don't want to be over there anymore because they know what they are. They're psychic vampires. They're mental vampires. They're spiritual vampires. They're financial vampires. They want to just talk foolishness and vampire off of your spiritual health with their words that just destroy instead of build up. Long story short, I could talk about this forever. That's all right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And so when you start to cut these people off and you start to get yourself healthy, get you on your path, just like when I just walked right now. I had a little small bit of back pain. So I walked around the block a few times, right? And I feel better. Don't live in the past. Don't be depressed about these people. These people don't think about you, so don't think about them. If they really wanted to be a part of your world, they would have been reciprocal. You give them a little bit of space and time to figure it out and to show that they're real or they're serious, and you'll find out they're just vampires, and they're just vampiring off of everybody else in their life. And they'd rather spend their money on a 12-pack of beer or wine or whatever than to take the time and spend the time around you. These people are bitter and living in the past, and it's all about me. And the queen bee wants you to kiss her feet, and she will never serve. Jesus said the greatest among you is a servant. And these people who never serve, you're doing them a disservice by just serving them forever and them doing nothing. Okay, why didn't that lady say, well, if you come over here and fix my AC, I'll pay you, or I'll get my son to mow your yard or something? No, it's not reciprocal. It's all, they think that you're going to be their friend when they actually hate you. They actually turn their music up real loud just to irritate you. And then when they need a favor, they act all nice, and then once you help them, they laugh and say, oh, I got him to help me. I saw it early on in life. I got my driver's license and had a family member say, can you go to the store and get me this? And when I said, yeah, I'll do it, then she looked at somebody else in the room and kind of smirked like, okay, I got a servant to serve me now. And I realized, wait a minute. So and then when you set your own boundaries and you don't let them use and abuse, then they get mad at you and call you evil when you're just putting up boundaries. And that's a good sign of a narcissist, because narcissists see boundaries as the law. The unsaved see the boundaries as the law because they're mad, because they think they have a right to get into your world and use and abuse you. But you don't have a right to ask them to do anything. And I don't even call them narcissists. I just call them pure selfish people. The unregenerate, psychopathic flesh mind. And they claim, oh, they love everybody. They don't love nobody but themselves, you know.